Hi, everyone. So we're going to go into chapter 12. This week, we are discussing mixed methods, and a few takeaways that I notated was that mixed methods research, which is, of course, involving quantitative and qualitative research methods in your research. It involves testing the hypothesis and describing complex phenomena. So the quantitative part would be testing the hypothesis using the calculations and the data that you gather. And then the qualitative part of the mixed methods would be describing complex phenomenon. Another note is that one informs the other. So it's not twice as much work, but it may be more complex using both approaches. So, like we saw in the article that we read this week, the one helped develop the other. So, the phase one of the article where they interviewed, or excuse me, where they had multiple hundreds of people take the SLQ, the questionnaire, and then also another set of people take the questionnaire about the person. So that was a two-part phase where so many people took this questionnaire, and then they used the highest ranking people from that questionnaire to implement phase two, which was the semi organizer, what did I write? The interviews. So it did not take twice as much work, but one led into the other, making it much more complex. So another thing about mixed methods, is that it allows for researchers to increase the relevance of their research. So instead of saying this is my hypothesis and this is the data that supports it, I'm also going to provide qualitative research to lament or really drive home and back what my hypothesis is, and it can lead to a stronger sense of rigor in one's results and findings align. So when your qualitative and quantitative methods align with the hypothesis, then you pretty much have you know produced a strong, rigorous research topic. One of the questions posed this week was, do you think that you'll be utilizing mixed methods in your own research? At first, I automatically thought no, because I was assuming that just one of one, having me being the one subject, and me being the one that I'm gathering the data from, I did not see that I could do a quantitative study in the way that I wanted to, but I do believe now, looking back at some of the other chapters, when we were talking about quantitative studies, I would just have to make sure that the results and test the validity of my data. So being that it's one of one, I would have to do something like the test retest and have multiple times of trying to get down to the data and seeing how it works. I don't think that I will be doing both mixed methods. I don't see that it would be helpful for me, but I do see that it could be possible, even though one of one. This is some of my outlines for the week. I did highlight some things. But the key takeaway this week, it was pretty simple. It's 1 + 1. But mixed methods research is essentially the integration of qualitative and quantitative methods into a single research project. So using both methods and coming up with one result using both methods. All right, thanks so much.